Karthy. So on this episode, we're going to be having something special. I have my friends here. We grew up together somewhat. So this is Karthy Chandra and Kamya Chandra.
Hi.
Welcome to Karthy, guys. How do you guys like cooking?
Yeah, we both love to cook. I mean, I think we've been cooking since we were, in high school or older. But yeah, we have a lot of Indian recipes that we've grown up eating. Some of them we try to make, but other than that, it's usually like more healthy style cooking, like some salads and smoothies. She's a big smoothie fan. You can tell her about your smoothie obsession.
Yes. Okay, so you guys have your own routines nailed down.
Definitely, yeah.
So can you share some of your schedules or routines?
Well, the morning is probably what I have more routine than anything else. I usually start off the morning with warm water and some lemon juice in it, and that just kind of gets your metabolism going. And then recently, I've actually been drinking celery juice, which doesn't sound so appetizing, but
More scary than
it's a really good like detoxing juice to drink, and has a lot of like naturally occurring mineral salts. And yeah, I've been trying that. It's actually not so bad anymore.
And I know you're a very, very health conscious person. You don't put in stuff in that you just buy off the market, right?
I mean, I try to avoid processed foods and other certain food groups that don't agree with my body very well. But I don't
dairy.
Yeah, no dairy. I try to
You're on the
avoid
same page
gluten,
on that.
soy and eggs of late too, and I don't eat a lot of meat either. But I don't place any hard restrictions on my diet.
Okay.
So every once in a while, I'll make some exceptions.
Mm-hmm.
So I call myself a flexitarian.
Flexitarian, that's a new one I had to learn too. Okay.
Yeah.
I have heard about vegan, vegetarian, and now this is flexitarian.
Right.
Okay, flexible. Okay,
Yeah.
I see. Okay. So on a day-to-day, what is your diet like?
So on a day-to-day, like I said, I start off with the lemon juice and the celery juice afterwards, and then usually a smoothie.
She's a big fan of smoothies. She
Yeah.
has a lot of really great smoothie recipes. Like usually when you think of smoothies, you don't think that like they're the tastiest thing.
Yeah.
But she's changed my mind about smoothies because she has some great ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, our family has been doing smoothies for a long time, but when my parents or my dad makes it, it's like the basic chocolate almond butter
Chocolate
banana smoothie.
Banana, yeah.
So now that I'm home, I've been adding a little variety to the mix.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I love smoothies because I would never eat so many fruits or vegetables if
Otherwise, yeah.
I couldn't just like blend them and drink them, because it actually takes a lot of time to like chow down on a fruit. But if you like blend them up with some spinach and some nut butters, you get a lot of different types of nutrients. And I think they're pretty delicious too. So
Yeah.
And you both are doing, what are you guys doing now? What your profession, like you're in college?
I'm in college, yeah. So I'm a junior at Oregon State and I'm studying biochemistry right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And about you?
So I graduated college in 2015, and then I moved to Boston and I was working for a healthcare tech company. But while I was in school, I actually started a company. It was born out of a class project and kind of carried it around with me for a while. And it was like a slow burning side project while I was working my other full-time job.
Okay. What is the company called?
It's called Golden Hour.
Golden
Yeah.
Hour. What is that? What is it related to?
So it's a tech startup, and we're building a tool that helps people make more time and space for their goals and their good habits, but in the midst of their busy lives. So it is kind of like a productivity tool at its core, but oriented towards personal development. And we're all about helping people find new ways to grow and improve, and then helping them find the time in their schedule to.
So what is your mission statement that you have put together?
Our mission statement is to help people plan consciously and live deliberately.
Nice, nice, right on the dot.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a little bit about how you became an entrepreneur in Boston. What motivated you?
Well, the startup scene in Boston is just kind of flourishing, and especially these days, it seems like everyone has like a side hustle or something that they're passionate about that they want to do on the side. And for me, I've always been a very passionate planner and kind of like a self-improvement junkie. I was always researching new life hacks or, the tricks to have a magical morning routine or something like that.
Don't you love that?
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you how many of those like clickbait articles that I've, looked into that promise some new routine that's going to change your life. But what I realized is that sometimes it's really hard to take those things and like the content that you're consuming and actually apply it to your life. Yeah. because it's easy to read something, but it's hard to make the jump from paper to practice.
Said and done.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Uh-huh.
And I think part of the reason is because, we're not doing self-improvement in a vacuum, right? We have other things in our life that we have to take care of,
Okay.
like work and family, and other obligations. And sometimes those things are just too overwhelming for us to be able to, consciously make time for the things that are truly important to us.
All right. So I know food is very important to you,
Mhm.
and you are very cautious about what you actually buy. Even,
Yeah, a little bit.
right? You might want to share your sugar experience.
Yeah, so that's part of the reason that we picked this recipe.
Yeah,
Okay.
she doesn't eat any cane sugar, so when we go grocery shopping, we always have to find chocolate without any cane sugar, which means we have to use either coconut sugar or like stevia.
Yeah.
Right.
And they actually all taste good, so.
Mhm.
Now, there are so many varieties out there, such as gluten-free diet,
Mhm.
many diets. What is your diet called?
So again, like I said,
Flexitarian,
flexitarian, but I am
Yeah.
mostly gluten-free, mostly vegetarian, mostly vegan. I would say my diet is actually like 85 to 90% vegan.
She definitely will eat meat, like every
Yeah,
once in a while.
Once in a
Yeah,
while,
when
but
it's
she
like
doesn't
around.
demand it or request it.
Exactly.
Okay. So
Exactly.
what are we going to make today? Is that one of those recipes that we're going to be featuring
Well,
today?
yeah, this was a recipe that I found actually. I was
Craig goes to her. Okay, fine. Uh-huh.
yeah, I actually found it on Instagram a couple years ago. And I would make it for my friends, I would make it for my family, and it was a big hit with everyone.
What are we making?
So, it's chocolate pecan date fudge.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You got the crunch, you got the nutty, everything in there.
It's a whole bunch of
It's
Oh,
really great.
Okay.
flavors, yeah.
And does this require any baking?
It doesn't.
No.
No, it's like very easy. It's really just like dumping stuff into a blender and freezing it for a couple hours.
So
and
this
you're good
can
to
be
go.
kiddie friendly too?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay.
And it makes in like 10 minutes.
Oh, I like that.
So-
Super quick,
yeah.
and only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ingredients, and
Yeah.
all things that you would probably have in
And
your...
no flour, so this is gluten free.
Yeah.
No flour, no sugar. It's actually naturally sweetened, but because it has dates and also the cacao powder and the vanilla.
What is
extract.
cacao powder? Don't you
So-
say cocoa powder?
So there's actually a difference between cocoa and cacao.
I knew there was something in there. Mhm.
Yeah. So cacao powder is basically the more raw version. Cocoa powder is basically heated at higher temperatures to make it
Yeah.
sweeter. So it's really great for baking. But cacao is actually much more rich in antioxidants and in general better for you.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you can stick to
Something-
cacao.
Something new. So
Yeah.
how do we do it? What's the measurements? What are the ingredients that we need?
Yeah, so we have 1 cup of dates, which is roughly around 10 dates, a cup of pecans, a third of a cup of cacao powder, a fourth of a cup of coconut oil melted, a half a teaspoon of cinnamon powder, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then a quarter of a teaspoon of salt.
Salt. So I have a question. You mentioned melted because it's cold out here. Coconut oil is going to be hard as rock. That's why we said melted. For those who does live in the tropical area, don't worry about that. Now, the salt is pink. What is that?
It's Himalayan salt.
Yeah, Himalayan salt.
Why is
Yeah.
that?
Generally, sea salt and like mountain salts have more nutrients in them, and they're touted to be better for you.
Their salt is also fine-tuned, okay? So that's how deep they go into it.
Yes.
Now, how do we do it, Sissy? You take it over.
Okay,
How
so
do we do it?
these are actually jewel dates, and these have been soaking in water for 2 hours, about lukewarm water,
Okay.
and then pitted.
Okay.
So we can put that in.
All of it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just go in with it.
All right.
And next we have, actually no, we put these in later.
That's right.
Yeah, so next we have the cacao.
Yes, that's actually kind of important to put the...
Yeah, so the pecans go in after it's pulsed once.
Okay.
Yeah, that way you get the
The
fudge,
crunch. crunch
kind
of
of
it.
a consistency
Yes.
texture,
Okay.
and then you don't want to chop the pecan bits in
Exactly.
too finely. You
Mhm.
want them to kind of be, chunky.
Crunch chunky, okay.
And then the coconut oil.
Do you specifically buy the cacao powder from somewhere with the area, or do you get it at
You
your
can
local-
mostly get it anywhere these
Yeah, I
days.
think we get it from natural grocers though.
Okay.
Cinnamon powder. And then you said a half, right?
Yes.
Do we need to set this in the fridge or something? Or?
Yes, it does. It needs to be put in the fridge for about 2 hours after it's blended.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no baking, no cooking over the stove. It's
No.
just fridge time.
Yeah.
Like that. I'm sure my kids will also be making this.
Yeah.
Soon.
It really is a great like replacement to just eating like chocolate or like candy because it like satisfies your sweet tooth without being unhealthy and
Right.
bad for you.
Now I know you're learning biochemistry. Well, how did you become into that?
Yeah, I mean, I initially going into college, I was thinking like medicine, but I think the more that I learned about just how healthcare in general works, I started leaning more towards naturopathic medicine. So I'm thinking about pursuing that after school. Yeah.
Nice. So Ayurvedic, is that one of the things looking into it? Or?
Yeah, Ayurveda and like acupuncture and like all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are totally versatile. I mean, how do you bet off each other?
I think we like feed off each other actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. She helps me with what I do. 'Cause she's very about planning and like this and that. And it takes a lot of like hard work and dedication to
Right.
do that. So she helps me plan out, different things.
Good job, big sis. See? Very good. Now, what do we
Try.
do? Pulse it or?
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's not like a blended. We want to pulse it for approximately like 20 times, I would say.
20 times pulse.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, should be good. Okay, and then we're gonna add in a whole cup of pecans.
Can you replace the pecans with walnuts or?
Oh, of course.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
You
I
should
have.
try it with walnuts.
I have made it with walnuts.
Yeah.
I personally, pecans have like a more buttery flavor
Yeah,
to
Yeah,
them.
that's true.
So I think they were better, but the walnuts were good too. Okay, so then we're going to take what we blended up and just put it into this pan. Do you want to take the blade out, Karth?
Yes.
What about you? What kind of sweets do you usually enjoy?
I give up sweets.
You gave it sweets. Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
completely.
How
But
long has that been?
it's been about 7 years now.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would you make an exception for something like this?
I will, but not like in a small portion, just
Right.
even. But I won't. Yeah, I won't give it back.
Good for you.
Why did you decide to do that?
It's just a self determination.
Yeah.
I need to do it.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay.
So we use the parchment paper to flatten it out. That's it.
Yeah, so we just flattened it out and now we're gonna pop it in the fridge for 2 hours and then they'll be good to go.
Okay.
So this is the finished product. We actually made a batch yesterday, and the ones that we made right now.
They
are
did
in
all the
fridge.
hard work for us. Okay, we just
Yes.
had to come in and just taste it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these have been in the fridge overnight.
Yeah.
And they actually store in the fridge pretty well, so
Yeah.
you can keep them in there for a couple of days and they still taste good.
Honestly, who eats the most?
I gotta say it's a tie between us.
Yeah.
I think it's your dad.
If anything, Dad's the least.
Yeah.
He likes sweets the least out of the four.
He's
of
like
us.
you, like he'll have a small
Yeah.
piece, but
Oh, okay.
he doesn't.
We see it.
Go to
Okay.
town.
Mom
Okay.
might be a second contender.
Well, thank you so much for sharing this recipe
of
with
course.
us. Anything else you'd like to share with our viewers?
No, I mean, I think that this is a great way to bring a healthy dessert into your life. And I don't know, for me personally, I love things like this, like a not so guilty pleasure.
It's really good that you guys are actually introducing new varieties to our viewers, and there will be a lot of people like us out there, and it's a great treat.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
Our
for
pleasure.
doing this.
Do you want to try one?
Do you? Yeah, of course. Cheers on all three of us.
Yes.
All right.
Sure. Yay. It's a spot. It's pretty good.
It's nice, chewy, soft, and I like that pecans.
Yeah, they're great
Yeah.
little like snacks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Take on the go.
So those of you who are allergic to nuts, please leave that out, but still make them, and it'll be fun. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning into Career TV so far. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.